Hello, everyone. How are you doing this morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are? You are joining She's Purpose Key Book Talks, and we would like to welcome you to the She's Purpose Key Book Talks. And I am author, Coach Key Andrea Ragland, and I would like to welcome you. And we have a new author, and well, not a new author, she got 5 books and this newest release is 6. Okay, this is volume 1 of her newest release. And so you know how we like to do it with She's Purpose Key Book Talks, because we like to celebrate not only the new authors, but we like to celebrate those aspiring authors that's just writing, right? They are passionate about the writing. They are passionate about collaborating, right? And making an impact in the lives of others, making an impact in the community at large, right? And so what we are going to do, again, we're going to congratulate this new author Dr. Heather Robinson. Woo, woo, woo. Girl, we congratulate you. You are bold, you are courageous, and you are beautiful, and I love what you are doing. So I want you to come on in, and let the people know who you are.
Hey, everybody. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning into. I thank you so much for joining us. I thank you so much for having me. What an opportunity to talk about your work. I'm just a young girl. Yes, I said young girl. Born and raised in Philadelphia, the youngest of 9. I'm no longer in Philadelphia, but I'm in the outskirts. Wow. So I got started writing actually 2 months before my 16th birthday, a week before Thanksgiving, when my father passed away and I became parentless. At that moment, that was November 13th, 1998, I penned my first poem, and it was entitled Why Me? And writing became a way out for me. It was a way of escape. And so that's really how I got into writing. And then I had teachers that kind of poured into me and pulled it out as well. So that's how my story got started.
Okay, awesome. And so let us just jump on in real quick, and let's tell us about you already kind of told us about your journey of getting started. So what really inspired your very first book, and what is the title of your very first book?
My very first book is entitled A Season of Pressing, A Spiritual Awakening. And I actually did the first print of that on June 19th of 2017 as an ode to my late mother, because June 19th is her birthday.
Okay.
What actually inspired me was everything that I was going through. And sometimes you go through things and you write and you put it away because it's for someday, but not today.
Mm-hmm.
So I held on to it. I went through a divorce, did not know where my manuscript was, and had to start from scratch. So I started the book in 2010. 2013, I lost the manuscript. And then in 2016, I was completed, and I actually went the traditional route. So I had a traditional publisher. I was one of his first authors. He was a reverend. And in it was 2021, somewhere in 2021, he passed away.
Mm.
And so if I go back to 2010, the Lord gave me anointing to write, and I sat on it until 2021. That's 11 years. And I asked my girlfriend, I said, let's check to see if that domain is available. And it still was available after 11 years. So it told me it was a God thing, not a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that book, along with 2 other books, I actually self-published 3 books in 2022.
3 books in 2022. So I like what she said. If you are listening, when it comes to our stories, she said it was a someday, but not today. I love that. I love that because you was led to write, but you wasn't led to release it at the time. But when the time came, you knew when that time was. You knew the right time. You knew the right
Right.
time to release it, right? Because it was the right season. So that's good because I'm actually I say the same thing. That's been a book that I started writing, but the Lord haven't given me a release, right? And so I thank you for sharing that because that was for me. I don't know who else it was for, but I know it was for me because I'm saying to myself, okay, Lord, it's okay. It's confirmation to say it's okay. I can't release it until you give me the right season and the right time. And because in that season, in that time, it's gonna be for somebody. Like you said, it wasn't about me. It's not a me thing, it's a God's thing. Right. And so thank you for that. And so yes, I'm excited about this new release. Okay, so go ahead and tell the people about this new release that's coming, and even how you know, I don't know, is this your first anthology?
This is the first anthology where I'm the visionary.
Okay,
I ran from that too.
yes, I love
I'm a
it.
runner.
Look, strong. I told you, strong, bold, and courageous. So go ahead and let the people know about this anthology. The new release is coming up.
Well, God gave me this anthology last year, and I held on to it because I always hold on to stuff He gives me. I don't just jump out.
Uh huh.
I was in education. I left education. I started Anointed to Write as a writing business. But then God had me to pivot.
Mm.
And I went to a girlfriend's event August of last year. I was the MC as well as a keynote speaker. And one of my girlfriends was a keynote speaker as well. And I watched what she did. She actually did the anthology. She had 2 volumes out of the 3. She had a conference. And I was just watching how she was moving. And I was like, hmm. And I didn't say anything. And I started talking to my other girlfriend. And I was like, God gave me this idea, but He wants me to do it as an anthology. And I've never been a visionary of an anthology. And I'm not really people-y. And I don't really know if I want to deal with the people. Right. So then you start going in your mind like, oh, I don't have a support system like that. Because, we think our family and our friends supposed to be the ones that actually support our work, when in fact, they're not, because they're not our audience.
You just said it. You just said it.
Family and friends are not your audience, they're your family and friends.
Yes.
Here's another tidbit: social media followers, they're not your audience, they're your followers. There's a difference between an audience and a follower and a target audience, right? Because an
Mm.
audience is someone that watches you. A target audience is someone that is assigned to you. We all have an assigned target audience, if you will. And you have to remember that. And I just kept making excuses up. And then she said, well, why don't you just try it? And so I went into a group that I'm a part of, all strangers that I didn't know. Put something basic like I'm looking for authors. People started responding. I had the actual initial meeting. People showed up. People signed up.
Yes.
And what told me this was a God thing is that
Yes.
the chapters were turned in on time and everybody was paid in full by the deadline.
Tell us
There
that ain't God.
was not a lot. There was not a lot of struggle with this at all. Not on a logistic side at all. That's how you know it's a God thing. Because I hear so many visionaries say it's so much to get people to pay their balance. It's
Mm-hmm.
so much to get them to turn in their chapters. Everybody has an excuse. What I realize is how you show up is how people show up. So when I
Mm.
sign up to be a part of somebody else's something, and I was just having this conversation, I give it my all. I don't give it excuses. And so God showed me, I'm going to put in your life in this season for this project, which actually is not just an anthology, it's a movement, people that are aligned with the movement. Because if they're aligned with it and it's their heart, they're going to stick and stay. And that's exactly what they did. And now
Yeah,
we have
and you took it
Educated
right out of
by
my mouth.
Wait Till You Turn,
Yes.
Volume 1. And we launch tomorrow, April 25th.
Yes, you took it right out of my mouth because I was gonna say you set the foundation up front. You set the foundation. You said
God
how
set
you
the
show up is
foundation.
how you show up is how your people show up. And when I say you set the foundation, because when I heard you just say the difference between your audience versus your target audience, I said, "Oh, we ain't just writing a book; we learning along the way. Excellence,
Yeah.
order."
You can't be mad because your family doesn't want to buy what you got, or they don't want to show up to what you got going on. You can't be mad at that because they're your family. They're not. This is not their walk. This is your walk. And God sometimes will place you in a position where strangers are the ones that will uplift you,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm trying to show you that there's more to life than your little bubble. I
Yes,
wasn't
yes,
even going in that direction. The direction I was going to go in was that this was a God thing. It was very seamless. We've had so many opportunities, and I'm just very excited that it is coming out tomorrow. I get to look at that baby and say, look what God did. I was just a willing vessel.
yes, yes. Congratulations, congratulations. So tell us the title of your new release.
Our new release is entitled Educators Rise, Voices of Change. The Educators
Wait a minute,
Rise is
say that
just what it
again. Say
says.
that again. Because you wanted to say it with a little bit more power. I want you to say it with the power that's in your voice. Educators what?
Educators rise. Like it's
Yes,
time to get up. Educators
yes,
rise. Voices of
yes.
change. It's our voice that's going to make the change that needs to happen. So we got to rise up.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
was Marcus Garvey that coined or penned the quote: "Rise up, you mighty people. You can accomplish what you will." It's time to rise up. Educators, rise. Be the voice of change. We do a lot of complaining, but sometimes you have to be the change you want to be. It starts with you. It starts with me.
Yes. It does. Yes. And so I know we jump right in with excitement, but I do want to let you all know that her website is in the comments. Okay. Her website is in the comments. It is also along the interview, along the show, I will be sharing her website as well while she's talking more about her book. So please support her. Go to her website. All of her books are on her website. All of her services is on her website. We'll talk a little bit more about her services a little later, but I do want you all to know that her that the link is in the comments. I want you all to help celebrate her. I want you all, not just her, because this is an anthology. So let me ask, how many
Mhm.
is in this book?
I have 7 co-authors, 6 of
Okay.
which I did not know until this anthology.
Okay. So she has 7. Okay. So she has
So I make 8.
7. Okay. The goal is to support. Okay. I have put the link in the comments. So again, click on the link, support, congratulate. I want you to blow the comments up with congratulations. I want you to share. I want you to spread it to the community. And so my next question for you is, I know you have shared a lot this far about how you got started, your previous books, your new release. But when it comes to your mission, that thing that keeps you pushing and keeps you going every single day, like right now, you in a healing, you in a place of healing, but you're still moving. You still pushing and birthing what God has assigned for you to birth. So what is that thing that's keeping you going?
So specifically, it's the fact that I was the child with 5 IEPs. And I had a father, teachers, and administrators that actually advocated for me. They were my village.
Mm,
It takes a village to raise a child. We've gotten so far away from that. So I believe that if we can get parents, teachers, and administrators all on the same page with proper training, then each individual child's needs will be met. Because when you think about equity versus equality, equity is meeting me where I am. Equality is putting us in the same class, even though you're at a more advanced level. So if we can come together, educators, administrators, and parents, get on the same page, not be so hasty, not be so quick to judge, not be so defensive, and come together for these children, we can get back to the way things used to be. We got to get back to the basics when children were actually thriving and parents and administrators and educators partnered. We can get back to that. We're good. My mission in general for this particular anthology, yes, I had 2 surgeries through this anthology. I had one February 24th. I had one on April 16th. But I have people that are depending on me.
Mm-hmm.
I have some people that are first-time authors. When you are in business, you got to be a man or a woman of your word because that's all you have. And I also thought about if I was so close to having a launch and somebody at the last minute said, oh, something came up, I can't do it, I think I would feel some type of way. I mean, I would say I understand, but in my mind, I feel some type of way because I feel like business is business. And if you don't have a team that can cover you, it's really not a good look. So that really is the push.
Yes. Yes. And as you all see, I am sharing her website. I do have her link
Oh,
also on the screen as well. And that is anointed with an ed to write.com. How we can help. I noticed when I popped in on this, I was like empowering the voices. Like she was like, that's why I was telling her, say it like you want to say it, with the voice. It's the voice. It's time to rise up. So empowering voices. We have a voice. And I was talking about just the voice itself. Like God has given us a voice for a reason to speak, right? To
mm-hmm.
drive change, right? And so I love, 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 love your website. And so again, you all, I'm just excited. I'm excited for all of your authors. Um, you also have not to jump the next question, but I want you to share about you have a event coming up as well, a conference.
I do. I
Look at
have my
you.
first in-person conference coming up.
Yes, you own it.
Yeah.
So listen, while we at it, why have your website pulled up, and while we're talking about empowering the voices and driving the change, I want you to also go ahead and share about your event that's coming up.
Sure. So this event is Educators Rise. It's still Educators Rise. It's a conference and awards gala. And I did it that way because I'm awarding authors. So the way this conference is going to go, your authors will speak. I have a special keynote speaker that, let's just say that she's been working in the Chester County community, working with kids and BSU for a very long time. So she has a lot to bring to the table. But the kicker for this is if you come, of course, you get the dinner. You will get 6 continuing professional development credits with a certificate that you can download and give to your employer. And it says dress to impress, what that means to you and how it represents who you are and your personality. And then you'll be able to slay the runway, because we're going to do a impromptu slay the runway as kind of a midway point to break up the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
So come ready to slay the runway, and may the best man and the best woman win.
Yes, yes, I
Oh,
love
and we are
it.
having an early bird special right now. Early bird tickets are $57, and they're on
Okay,
the website.
okay, they also are on your website. Is that under upcoming events?
Yes.
Okay, so Educators Rise, here we go. Conference and Award Gala 2025. Date and time is June 28th. 2025. It starts at 4 o'clock p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it also has the location at Chester Hotel and Conference Center. So go to the website, get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets. And so as we are talking about the book, as we are talking about this upcoming event, when speaking of diversity, I want you to kind of elaborate a little bit more about the book, like what the audience should expect when they read your book and when they finish reading the book.
Okay. So with this book, I wanted a group of people that work with children in different capacities. I have coaches, I have consultants, I have people that have youth, like nonprofit organizations, and then there's people that work in the school system and in the juvenile system.
Mm-hmm.
What all of us did is we sat down and we wrote out our experiences in those positions as it pertains to DEI. Is DEI there?
Mm-hmm.
Was DEI always there? Is it relevant to the time? What will happen if DEI was completely to be taken away? Someone even talked about the current administration in the book. I read everybody's chapter. And what I liked the most is that everybody was authentic to their own experiences. So it's not a question and answer anthology, which a lot of anthologies are written that way.
Mm-hmm.
My authors had the opportunity to write 2 chapters a piece opposed to 1, which the Lord told me to do that. That's different. And then this conference, doing it after volume 1 instead of after volume 3. That's different. But I wanted to bring people together when it was nice out, because in June, school lets out.
Mm-hmm.
More teachers are available. Your administrators might have half days. And I really would like for parents or guardians, teachers, administrators, and anyone that works in a capacity with our youth to come and get those nuggets. And it doesn't hurt that you get those 6 continuing professional development credits in that certificate, because
And that's awesome because that
that's
gets more
that's
people to
something that we
engage.
all need.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. And so when it comes to strategies, um, transformational strategies, tell us a couple. Can you give us a couple of strategies that will help overall? As
I
you
feel
know,
like the
from the
first
book.
the first thing the first thing we have to do as a school district, as a school building, as administrators, as educators, as parents, we have to get educated.
Mm-hmm.
We have to understand the climate that we're in, and we have to understand the times that we're in. These times are not the same as when I was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
The climate's not the same. And so we have to also understand that just because they're children doesn't mean they don't have needs.
Mm-hmm.
Our job is to cultivate them in such a way that they are kind of propelled into their destiny. Strategy for that is education. Strategy for that is putting down offenses that you picked up that weren't even there. Letting the ego go. Not being so defensive, because you will get parents that say, "Oh, my child didn't do, isn't nothing wrong with my child?" No, there's nothing wrong with your child. But there are other ways that we can adapt and adjust to ensure that your child's needs are being met. But what's done in one place has to be done in the other.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, strategy starts with getting everybody on the same page of acknowledging that we need to be educated. And I am open to getting that education.
Yes, yes.
Then
Because
you have to hire the consultants to come in and do the training, which, by the way, I'm an education advocate and DEI consultant. I can come in and do that for you. And then all of the attendees will get a continuing professional development certificate, because I am actually nationally certified.
Okay.
That's, to me, that's how you start
That's
your
a start.
strategy. And then
That's a start. Mhm.
as you get trained, you start that implementation process. If you don't know how to implement, we can go over the steps that work for your particular environment, because
Yes.
each school environment is different. You know,
Okay.
some elementary schools where I live are open concept, some are closed.
Okay.
So we have to be mindful of that too when we talk about strategies.
Yes. Okay. That's good. That's good. So, I think you really touched on a lot, a lot. So, is there anything that you would like to share more of? I really like to ask, is there a particular? I know the book is your baby, so you love everything about the book. But if you have the book, I would like to give you the opportunity. If there's a certain part of the book that you would like to read, would you like to do that?
Now I don't want to cheat and give y'all that before tomorrow, but I
Okay.
will say this. What I like most about the book, and what I think readers will really like about it, is perspective. I heard Iyanla Van Zant say, be okay and accept the fact that sometimes there could be another way. There could
Mm,
be another perspective. It doesn't always have to be what you think it is. And that's what I know people are going to get from the book. I feel like parents are going to get, oh my goodness, I finally get it. There's nothing wrong with my child. We just need to learn how to adapt and adjust to meet his or her needs.
be
That's
open.
the same thing the
Yes.
teachers will learn, because teachers feel like they're crazy. They
Mm-hmm.
don't feel like they get support from the administration. They don't feel like they get support from parents. I don't think they know how to support
Mm,
because they're not informed either. That's why the training is so necessary. And I
yeah.
feel like when you read with these different, because every author's from a different state. I'm the only one from Pennsylvania. So when you read what's going on in these different state school districts and what's going on in these juvenile detention centers and what's going on with these nonprofits, it kind of gives you a broader idea and perspective into why this is important to begin with.
Yes. I love it. So again, you all get your tickets, get your tickets, get your tickets to the event. The anthology is will be released tomorrow. The,
Yes.
yes. So please share. Where's all of this going to be taking place? Like, is online? Is there a launch celebration? Is there like? Can you kind of let the audience know where they can like your page, your media pages, like what you having a launch time, or
So
like how
I'm
can they further
I'm
support?
glad. I'm so glad you said that, because I'm going to be going live a couple times tomorrow. I'm going to go
Okay,
live by myself, and then I'm going to go live with the authors. Whatever authors are available, that's great. If they want to do their own thing, that's great too. But I'm definitely going live tomorrow on my Facebook page. And if you go to my website, you can click right on my Facebook page from my website. It's easy peasy.
okay,
The second thing that I was going to say was, when you subscribe to my website, it allows you to download a free ebook. And the last thing I was going to say is, when you go into the upcoming event tab, and you see, oh, you know what, that date doesn't work for me, I can't come. There's other ways that you can join the movement. You can be a sponsor for swag bags. You can be an event sponsor. You can be a sponsor of a basket for a giveaway, for a silent giveaway, if you will, because people don't, they know now, but they didn't know there was going to be giveaways. There's
mm-hmm.
so many different ways that you can get involved if you're not able to get off work, or if you can't travel. I have also blocked a certain amount of hotel rooms, because the hotel and conference center are all in the same building, to make it easier for people that are traveling.
This is awesome. So as y'all see, I am scrolling her page. Um, So you are able to, you go to her website, all the information is there. You got the bookstore, you have her services, you have the information about the anthology, you have information about her upcoming events and everything that she's talking about right here. Sponsorship levels. We offer 3 exclusive sponsorship tiers tailored to fit your goals, each designed to maximize brand visibility, networking opportunities, and community impact. You have the swag bag sponsor, as she was speaking of. You have the platinum sponsor. You have the gold sponsorship. You have the silver. So support the move. I can't, I can't say it anymore. This is a reason why I love doing what I do with She's PurposeKe Book Talks, is to help celebrate the authors, new authors, and new releases. And so if you are an author and you have a new release coming up, guess what? I need you to, I'm going to put my link in the comments as well for you to come on the show next. Be the next guest, be the next author on the show to share your story, but not just your story, but any upcoming events that is connected to your book and just making an impact in the lives of other people in the community. Okay. And so as we close out, Dr. Heather Robinson, is there any last words that you would like to share?
Actually, I do. I want to let you guys know that you are not alone. This is for administrators. You're not alone. Everything that you're doing, you're in the right place at the right time. You're doing the best that you can. Yes, we can all do better. Research hiring a consultant to come out and train yourself and your team. Teachers, you're not alone. I'm a teacher. It's rough sometimes. Remember what we're here for. We're here for the children. We're not here to make friends. And nobody said that this would be easy. And as far as parents are concerned, we need to get back to working together. We need to be on one accord so that you don't feel like you're alone and you're not overwhelmed, because there's certain things that a teacher can get a child to do that unfortunately a parent can't, and vice versa. So when we work together, it works out better for everybody involved. And remember, DEI is not just a Black thing.
Yes, yes, yes. So I really have enjoyed just learning more about your books, learning more about you and what you're doing. I think it's awesome. It's much needed in today's time. Again, you said it, just letting everyone know that they are not alone. Um, she's just the email away. She's a click away. Her website is, I love your website, by the way. It's very easy to navigate and to find everything. And so again, you all, I would love for you to share. Congratulate her. Be a part of her launch tomorrow. If you're not available to be a part of her event, or if you don't catch her tomorrow, still go be a sponsor. Okay. And so we thank you again for joining She's PurposeKe Book Talks. And we would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. And so we will see you next time. Again, if you are an author, if you are a new author, or you have a new book release, please be my next guest. I would love to support you. I would love to help celebrate you. And so as the She's PurposeKe community. Bye-bye.